I'm on a progression of the last series. Last 2 upper body days you guys saw me do were like a specific thing. Switching it today, so I'm going to be running you through what my program currently is. Last week on the flat dumbbell press, it was my second movement, and I did the 110 pounds. So this week it's my first movement, and I'm going to try and do 120. So first set I'll still do 110, just get my body flowing. I'll hopefully have a few reps in reserve, and then I'm going to bump it up to 120 because I don't have those micro plates, but still progressive overload. So warmed up. It's early in the morning right now, so it's not that hot in the gym right now. I got nothing to complain about. That's it though. Post-injury PR today. Big day. A little heavier than I thought it would be, but I'm still going for the 120s because I ain't a skinny bitch. That's my first time doing like actual pull-ups since the injury. I've been doing the dead hangs to practice, as well as in the last video you guys saw me doing the scapular retractions on the lat pull down, just to really strengthen and lengthen the muscle in that overhead position. So when I go and do a pull-up, I actually have that like initial strength in there, whereas when I injured myself, that was a lot of what I lost. So everything I did to prepare for that made it, of course you can do 8 pull-ups, but the fact that I had to do scapular retractions and all that shit for like 6 months just to be able to do that, the plan is working out very smoothly right now. My shoulder feels a lot better. So I'm gonna do back and forth here, pull-ups, antagonist, chest back. You get the point. That counts. Today's like a good reaffirming day of like the last however many months of rehab working out. And I feel like I was thinking about like goals the other day, and I was like thinking about all the goals that I set, things on a broad stroke that everyone's like, I want this, I want this, I want that. But when you break it down to like, what are you willing to do for it? Like not what do you want to achieve in life, what do you want to receive, but what are you willing to suffer, or what are you willing to endure? There's a lot of shit, like I'm not willing to sit behind my desk and grind or like day trade or research this or do all that kind of shit. But like I'll wake up early, come in and fucking take a fat grip and just rotate or cuff my arm for 5 months just so that I can get back to training like this, because I love training like this so much. So I feel like that's a very important thing when you're setting your goals. Or same with like my diet and all this shit. I'm retired right now. What's the goal I want? I want to get back in shape. I want to be leaner, stronger, X, Y, and Z. Am I still willing to endure the discipline and the restraint of a hard diet and waking up and cardio and the training and all this shit to get that goal? And I'm like, fuck yeah, of course I am. It's my life. It's okay. That's a good goal for me. So I think being able to not just look at the end product, but look at what you're willing to actually take on in the meantime is super important. Because my shoulders fuck. Justin's like, we can wait this out and you can be good to go probably in a year, or we can hammer the rehab, do everything we can, and you'll probably be back in like 4 to 6 months. And this is like the 5-month mark. So I've been training for the last little bit. So I probably even beat that. Like 3.5 months, I was already pressing again. So to me, I was willing to suffer that to get back in the gym there, because this is what I love to do. Competing or not, I love training. So different way to think about it, but feels good to be back. Blueberries, banana, a little bit of oatmeal, almond butter, dark chocolate protein, cookies and cream protein, creatine, glutamine, fiber, health. If you do dark chocolate, milk and cookies, or cookies and cream, I like the milk and cookies. Bananas, a give or take. 2 shots of espresso, almond milk, fire. I get asked this question a lot, so I'm trying to think how to answer using this example of what I just did. But a lot of people ask how they're supposed to know how to track their weights in the correct form of progressive overload. So for example, if you're doing 4 sets of 10, which I was just doing on the flat press, I like to be in like an aim for 10 but be in a 20% variance. So if I hit 8, I'm still in the rep range, but the goal is 10 obviously. If I'm able to do 4 sets of 10 at the same weight, I need to up that weight 100%. So in the goal of progressive overload, last week I was able to do 4 sets of 10. So this week I did the 110s first instead of my second set, and then I progressed up to the 120s where I only got 8 reps. So if I was being smart, I would know in my third set I would not get 8 reps, I'd get less than that. So either drop the weight a little bit and then next week don't go up so fast and go up to 115s instead of 120. So I'm staying in that 20% variance. But I was kind of ego lifting today and I didn't really give a fuck. I want to do the 120s again. Some days you feel good when lift heavy weight and you just throw the books out the window. And guess what? If you're training hard, you still get jacked. But in terms of following the program correctly, next week, ideally, if I do 110s, if I have the 115s, then I'm a lot better off. I don't have the 115s, so I need to play it off by how I feel next week. If I feel stronger, I'll jump for the 120s again. And if I only get 8 again, my third set, I'll drop down to 110 instead of doing 120s again, just so I'm closer to the rep range of this specific period's goal. And this is really what's important about having actual periodized training, because there's a specific purpose you're hitting each rep range and set range every workout, because it's progressing over time. If you're just in the gym shooting the shit training hard, then fuck it, you can still make gains, just not as efficiently. This is like my first exercise doing shoulders, elbows, abducted instead of adducted, just to protect my shoulder. I'm doing rows like this, presses like this, everything like this. So I busted out the row first before I press because it's a lot safer on my shoulder, but it feels pretty good moving in that range of motion too. So that's like pretty much how I used to do all movements, probably to a deficit of my physique, of not doing enough balance between like scapulars retracted, elbows adducted, and the reverse. It's like we were talking about in that other video, like upper chest getting that like squeeze with the elbows in. I never did that. I was always elbows flared because it's just the way I started from the beginning. So switching it up, probably a great thing for your shoulder so you don't end up like old man T-bum. All right, last superset of the day. The last couple, I can't remember the last workout I filmed, but I was doing that unrolling fly with the dumbbells where I came down and twisted out and came back. It's another similar kind of thing without the roll on a cable, clavicular fly. It's supposed to be a bit of a decline. That's why I'm kind of keeping my feet on the bench and my head back. But it's just getting that really deep, like stretch over top. So it's pulling through my like bicep, front delt, all the way through my arm and coming back up. I'm not like trying to hit PRs here, doing anything crazy with failure. It's just like strengthening that length and range of motion and coming back up. Same thing over here. Deep stretch over top, pull it back up. That's about it.